So I want you to think about these two statements. I'm good enough. I'm not good enough. Those two statements are both true. If you say I'm good enough, your subconscious is going to think about positive ways for you to be good enough to do something. If you say I'm not good enough, your subconscious is going to find ways to make it not happen to realize that you're not good enough. So those two statements are true. It just matters which one you pick. You could constantly pick I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. You're not going to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. You keep saying I'm good enough, your subconscious is going to find those things to make you accomplish the things you want to accomplish. And that's what we talk about when we talk about thinking big. It's because you're thinking big, you're thinking positive, you're thinking that the stuff that you want, these big goals that you want, it can actually happen. So the more you say I'm good enough, your subconscious is going to find patience. It might not happen someday, it might not happen tomorrow, but it's going to build that patience to make you keep doing it. Your results could be the exact same, but when you're thinking differently, you look at the results differently, right? I can get 100 views on the video. The person that's thinking I'm good enough and saying, man, 100 is more than I got last time, so I'm moving in the right direction. I'm not good enough. I get 100 views on it. It's like, dang, man, knew this wasn't going to get to 1,000 views. I knew, you know what I mean? And that's the same thing in your life. So think about area in your life that you might be struggling with. And instead of just thinking about the negative things, think about I can do it. I can do it. You might have been going for a job and every time you go for it, you haven't been getting that job. The job is stressing you out because you can't get that promotion. Think about it differently. Don't worry about the things that didn't go right. Say, every time I didn't get that job, I learned, I improved, and now I know I'm going to be prepared for that next job interview to get that next job. That's how we want to be thinking. Because thinking the negative way, you're not going to be able to accomplish it. So think bigger, think positive, and you're going to accomplish the things that you want. Our mind is so powerful, and we actually can create success in our mind. We create things in our mind. The things that we create in our mind actually happen. I think about this movie, Final Destination. If you ever seen it, it came out a long time ago, probably like, I'm gonna say like 2003, I believe. I don't remember. But Final Destination, if you've seen that movie, do you remember the thing that started it all off was a truck with logs on the back of it, right? The whole thing bust open and then it made all this traffic on the road and a bunch of accidents and they all pretty much died, right? Y'all remember that, right? Okay. So the thing about that movie, the reason why I actually thought about that, I think about creating things in your mind. So if you watch that movie, anytime you're driving now and you see that truck, the thing you're thinking about is what? That movie. You're thinking about that thing busting open and people dying and all that stuff. That's what we thought because we created it in our mind. It was created. Every time I see those trucks, I'm zooming past it. I said, I don't want to be nowhere near. I don't need none of those problems because I remember that movie. But that's the same thing we can do in our mind, is that the more we're feeding it positivity, the more that we're saying, I can accomplish this. When things actually come, we can actually make that stuff happen because we're looking for the positivity, looking for the things we can accomplish because we created it in our mind. If we create a negativity thing in our mind, where every time we see a truck like that, now we're scared, now we have anxiety, now we got to rush past that car, because that's what we created in our mind. So if you're creating positive things in your mind, now when you go out in the world, you're going to see those positive things instead of those negative things. So if all we have to do is think positively and we can actually accomplish these big goals, why don't more people accomplish big goals? It's because of this thing we called excuses. Excuses are the reason why we fail. Excuses is a signal to our subconscious on why we can't do something. And one of the biggest excuses is procrastination. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to start next week. So at the beginning of the week, it could be a fresh week and I can start. I'm going to wait until January 1st, new year, new me. I can't do it now. I don't have time. Procrastination is the assassination of motivation. You're never going to get anything done if the only thing you want to do is procrastinate. The best time to do anything is now. And that's going to really make you not accomplish anything, because the more you pushing stuff off, it's not going to happen. Let's just say, I wish there was a way to procrastinate you getting your paycheck. right? Can your boss say, okay, I'll pay you tomorrow. I got you tomorrow. You're gonna be on your boss, right? You're gonna say, I need my money today. That's the same thing you need to do when you have goals or you have things to accomplish. I need to do it today. The same way you need to get paid on the first and the 15th, or every other week, or every Friday, whatever, however your schedule is, every time you got to get paid. That's the way you want to be. Now just think big. Now just think big. So no matter what circumstance or environment you're in, you're thinking about the big picture. So right now I'm in this house. We actually got this house built. So when we actually saw the dirt, we saw the mud, we didn't look at it as dirt and mud. We looked at it as the full house. We said the kitchen's gonna go here, the living room's gonna go there, that's where the steps gonna go, the garage is gonna go there. So those are all the things you think about when you actually are in your certain environment. So think about your environment now and thinking about how much you can do with what you have. We were in dirt and we didn't look at it as, man, this is dirt. We looked at it as, man, this is going to be a beautiful house. So think about your life. Think about the stuff that you have in your life right now. What can you use right now to be able to get to the next stage in life? Don't just look at your circumstances now as you open up your bank account, you see $10 or you might see overdraft. Don't look, what can you do with what you have right now to make tomorrow better? And that's what thinking big is. It's using what you have right now in this circumstances and making for a better tomorrow. It's by starting being positive. It's by not making excuses. It's about moving with confidence. It's about finding people in your community to be able to boost you up. And it's about writing it down, writing anything you think about down, all the positive. You're feeding yourself positive. That's how you're going to be able to think big, and it's going to change your life. Your life is going to be so much smoother when you actually are thinking big, thinking positive.